Who's ready for another unhinged client story? This one happened a week ago. Let's name this girl Melody. Thank you, Melody, from the last video for letting me use your name for this one. So Melody comes in for her photo shoot. So she comes in, she walks in, everything's totally fine, everything's dandy, normal, whatever. We get her through hair and makeup. Again, everything is normal, she seems normal, everything's good. She loves her hair and makeup. When she comes out of the hair and makeup room, so my girls are like, okay, she's done. And then we're looking at her hair and makeup. I'm like, oh, what do you think? Do you love it? She said, oh my God, it's amazing. I love it. I find it funny because she looks at me and she says, I absolutely love your unhinged client stories. That's how I found you. Hopefully I'm not one of those. And I laughed because, okay, when you say that, because we've had several girls say that, that normally means they're gonna be completely normal. Everything's gonna be totally fine, right? She starts to grab her stuff and we're like, okay, let's head to the closet. We're gonna start looking at your outfits. We get into the closet, she puts her stuff down. I say, okay, show me what you brought. And then if you want, we can go through the closet. She starts showing me her outfit. She like pulls one up, she puts it up against her. She goes, I really like this one for this reason, blah, 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 which is very normal. She looks at me and then she goes, you don't get any photos of my face though. I don't want any of my face. Now, granted, it is an unusual request. We do not get this request ever, really. Like we've only had it one other time. And by the way, no, I'm not talking about you. You know who you are. You were amazing, beautiful, wonderful. So the other client that I'm talking about who requested no face shots, you are fabulous and lovely, and I love you to death. This is not about you. This is about someone else. So I thought it was funny because, you know, earlier she mentioned, I don't want to be one of your unhinged client stories, so I'm going to be easy, whatever, no problem. So I took that as like a joke because I thought she was trying to like start something to pretend like she was going to be an unhinged client, right? So I'm thinking like as a logical person here. And I'm like, honestly, if you don't want any of your face showing in your photos, totally fine, not a problem. I can make sure we don't get in your face in any of these photos. I was kind of trying to play dumb a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was like a joke or not. So I was just kind of trying to like play with her a little bit. And she looks at me, she goes, no, I don't think you understand. No photos of my face at all. If you do, I will sue you. And at this point, I'm like, I don't think that doesn't feel like I should be laughing. That feels like I should be kicking you out of the studio. So again, I'm trying to treat this as like you're being serious, but I can't tell if you're like being funny either. So I'm just going to kind of answer the question or try and make you feel better. So of course I go into it and I'm like, well, you know, we do take photos of your face. However, if you don't want me to, I don't have to, or like I can just not choose any of the ones that we take that have some of your face in it. Cause I mean, granted, we're going to be moving. So sometimes we do get photos of your face unintentionally, like, and I'm talking like to the side. So like, you know, here, like if I see a little bit of your corner, and I was telling her this too. I said, you know, of course we don't have to choose any of those if you don't want any of those photos, totally fine. And she like drops everything and kind of not gets in my face, but she kind of looks at me, she goes, no, I don't think you understand. If you take one photo of my face at all, I don't even care if it makes the final gallery. If you take a photo of my face or a video of my face, I will sue you. I'm not kidding. Okay, I understand not wanting your face in photos. I get it. I totally understand that. But to already say you're going to sue me if I accidentally get a shot of your face in it and it doesn't even make it to your final gallery, that's really argumentative and that's like really unnecessary. I'm not here to like argue with you and say, no, you're getting photos of your face. Get over it. I'm working with you. But at the same time, you also said yes to behind the scenes. Behind the scenes has your face in it. If you don't want it, and so I mentioned that to her. I said, well, okay, we just won't do any behind the scenes or anything like that. But I told her, pump the brakes on the suing bit because I feel like that's really aggressive and so unnecessary. I'm here working with you. You don't need to be like threatening suing me. So of course at this point in my head, I'm sitting here going, how do I get out of this photo shoot? Because like, you don't just threaten to sue me and then think that everything's gonna be golden and dandy. So I'm like, Melody, look, I need you to understand that in the contract, it states that any photos we take are of our discretion. So therefore we have every right to take photos of your face. You've already cited. Now, releasing photos of your face is totally different. I'm never going to release any photos that someone hasn't like signed off on. So those don't see the light of day if you choose for them not to see the light of day. And I'm explaining this to her. So I'm like, Melody, but the fact of the matter is you're telling me that I can't even accidentally take a side profile of your face or like a corner of your nose without you wanting to sue me. And I said, I'm not comfortable moving on with your shoot and moving forward with the shoot if you feel like that's the case. And if I accidentally get a shot of you, I don't need to be stressed out the entire shoot, taking photos of you, hoping and praying and looking and making sure I didn't get a photo of your face because I'm scared of getting sued. First of all, I have every legal right to take photos of your face. You consented to be here. You consented for photos and you consented for behind the scenes, not just verbally, but you signed the contract. So I have the right to do this. So regardless, I'm not comfortable moving forward if you feel like you need to sue me if I take a photo of your face on accident. And she goes, no, as long as you can promise me that you're not going to even look at my face, like basically with your camera, then I'm good. I'm fine. I'm like, I can't in good conscience promise that though. If I accidentally get a shot of your face, I can delete it. That's fine. But like, again, I can't promise it's not going to happen. And I said, at this point, you've threatened to sue me. I'm not comfortable moving forward. And she was pissed. So she's like, whatever, let's just do the shoot. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not comfortable with this. You threatened to sue me over something very, very tiny. You told me you were not going to be an unhinged client, and yet here you are threatening to sue me over something ridiculous. Again, this is not about, I understand if she's like, don't post any of these photos, I don't want my face in them. I get that. She's saying she didn't want me even to, she was saying she doesn't even want me to snap any of those photos, even as like a oops accident, or like oops it's a blurred photo and we have a smidgen of your face. She was saying don't fucking take any photos of my face or I'll sue you, even if they don't see the light of day. That makes no sense. No sense. So I said, Melanie, at this point, I'm not comfortable photographing you because of the threatening of you suing me over, like, you've already kind of ruined this relationship. And this is what I told her too. I said, you've already kind of ruined this relationship with us. I feel very uncomfortable. My team feels uncomfortable. We're kind of scared of you, to be honest, because we don't want to get sued or dragged to court, even though we have every legal right to take photos of you. You consented to this. But it sounds to me like you're retracting that consent, so no longer am I comfortable. So you're free to leave. Unfortunately, I will have to charge you the same-day cancellation fee because this is not of our fault. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with your card on file. And, I hope you have a good day or a better day or whatever is what I said. I hope you have a better day. Yeah, she didn't like that. She said, I'm not leaving and you will not be charging my card. I am doing this photo shoot. And I'm like, no, you retracted consent, so we are not continuing the shoot. So either I could call the police and have them escort you out, or you can leave willingly, I'll pay the fee, and then, bite the bullet, basically. And she didn't believe that I was going to call the police. And so I started dialing 911, and I was like, Melody, I really don't want to have to do this, but I will do this. She eventually decided, okay, well, fine, I'm not going to fuck around with the police. So she ends up leaving, and then I charge her card. She ends up, basically doing a chargeback. And then when she did that, I saw that the chargeback came through because, the bank lets you know that there's a chargeback. I sent in all of her contracts and her all the proof, basically, and they rescinded the chargeback. So I got the money back because I have all the receipts. You can't argue that. And so I got all the money back, and she basically left me this like nasty, it was weird. She left me a nasty review, but she sent it to me and not posted it on any of the Yelp or anything like that. So I thought that was a little strange. But anyway, that's a wild one.